guys, it's Ghost here, and today I'm going to be going over my 60 card pile PK deck. This is a version of Phantom Knights that I've been playing after taking quite a long break from the game for the past few months. This is the one that I'm on right now. I'm planning on going to locals and maybe a few regionals potentially with this list, though I'm still of the opinion 40 to 45 cards is better. But I spoke to one of my other friends who's a PK player. His name is Giovanni Morales, and he's actually on 60 card PK, though his list is a bit different than mine. So I might actually go for this. So in a nutshell, it is basically a more expanded engine for the level 3 extenders with what I like to call the Psychic Punk engine, as well as the Foolish Burial Goods engine to have more access to the Horus package. I also believe more in board breakers than I do in hand traps. I believe this even before going to 60 card pile. There are a few flex spots here. As you can see, it's 57. But I was testing main decking Fuwalos, and one, I think it's good because just having what is essentially Maxi 2.0 in your main deck, in my opinion, is a very good thing. You could run 3, but if you if you don't really want to, that's fine for budget and yeah. So another one that I'm considering doing personally, I might even do this even if I had Fuwalos. So even if I had access to Fuwalos, I might even just straight up leave this in the side deck and go this way, which is what I recommend to you if you're playing this version of the deck, is that grass looks greener with the danger package. Now I'm going to go over what each engine does here. If you've been following my channel for a while, you kind of know how I play Phantom Knights. I do plan on making a better breakdown video of how to play Phantom Knights in the future, at least my version of playing it. But I'm going to break down the engines here and how to use them, and we're going to start with the Punk package here. So I'm going to be going over what I essentially refer to as the Psychic Punk engine here. It is basically level 3 extenders, as well as giving more 1.5 card combos to have access to Cherubini. Now obviously Speedboy Terratop is just a billion times better than this, but I feel like having more access to extenders in this version of the deck where you're trying to outgas your opponent is much more important here. Now there is a very small synergy to No Punk Foxy Tune being level 8. Sometimes you can mill it off of Zombie Vampire, but that is very niche. It's not really important here. So I'm going to go over this. These two essentially become 1 card starters or 1.5 card starters depending on how you play them. So we'll start with No Punk Foxy Tune. So basically you discard it, and then on resolution, if it resolves, this doesn't send another card as cost. You will send another random card in your hand, it being Tekatomborg here, in order to special summon out a Punk monster directly from the deck. Now, they turn into bricks, but these Punk cards are soft bricks in my opinion. You would then summon out No Punk Xiamen, and then you'll use Xiamen's effect. You'll pay 600 life points, I'm not going to do it here, to add a Punk card. You'll normal summon Shirakusai, and then boom, you have 2 victories on the field. The reason why I have Psychic Wielder on board as well is because the reason why I refer to it as the Psychic Punk engine is you could summon the Psychic monsters off of E-Telly, so they're kind of sort of part of the same package. Now, keep in mind, you pay 600 life points to add off of Xiamen so you can die in time. This is why I side this out games 2 and 3. Now, if you didn't have access to Foxy Tune, what you would do is you would activate your teleport, summon Xiamen, and then just summon out Shirakusai. So E-Telly is a little bit better. It doesn't have as many disadvantages. It doesn't cost too much in card economy. Now, another thing that you could do, and this is sometimes this happened to me in duels where they would activate the Malcharmery monster where they special summon things and add it to hand. You could actually use the Punk engine to kind of play around it sometimes if you don't want to give your opponent 1 to 2 draws. In one of my duels I had recently in my videos, the Tenpai player, I believe, activated 2 of those Mulch Armies, and he was going to draw 2 cards every time I normal or special summon from hand. The way that you could get around this using this engine is you would essentially use E-Telly, and you would summon out No Punk Xiamen. You would use Xiamen's effect, and instead of searching for Shirakusai, you would get Foxy Tune, and you'll use Foxy Tune, discard her, and a random card from your hand in order to just special summon Shirakusai directly from the deck. So if you do play Punk in that way, one, you could put up 2 level 3s on the board without committing your normal summon, and you don't have to have a clear board to do that. It'll cost a little bit more card economy, but 1, it'll play around that Mulch Army monster, and 2, it essentially acts as a pseudo Speedroid Terratop. 2 level 3s on board, do not commit your normal summon, and you still have a billion plays. It just costs you a little more. So it's so far worked well for me. I like outgassing the board, but this is like my reasoning for playing these cards. Now another thing, while it has felt like it's gotten power creeped over the past few formats, I still prefer playing it. A lot of people are talking to me about Fiendsmith at Zima, PK. I think you should just play that as is with Snake Eye. I don't think you should combine it with Phantom Knights. I still like the Horus package specifically. Now, we all know what the Horus package does. If you guys want me to make a more in-depth guide on how to use the Horus cards, I'm willing to do so, but I'm going to talk about the supplementary engine that I'm using for the Horus cards here to have more access to it. Now, what I would do is you would activate Foolish Burial Goods. This is the package I'm going, the Crystal Beast package, and we are going to be sending Rainbow Bridge of Salvation. What this allows you to do is you banish it from the graveyard, and you are able to search out a field spell and a Crystal Beast monster. So we are going to be getting Ruby Carbuncle and obviously Walls of Imperial Tomb. Now, Walls of Imperial Tomb, in my opinion, is not a very good card. It's basically acts as another form of Insetti, but you're going -2 in order to use it. But with this package, you essentially don't go -1 in doing so. You are able to just activate the Imperial Tomb and then just shuffle back Ruby Carbuncle. Now, a few applications I wanted to talk to you guys about this. First off, reason why we're using this Crystal Beast specifically, it doesn't come up at all or that often, but it's a level 3. So worst case scenario, if you draw this brick, you could maybe do something with it. Summon it as a level 3, then use your extender to keep playing. But another interesting thing you could do, because Phantom Knights has a very bricky deck, and we have a lot of engine requirements, so using this package, you could also not only just shuffle back Ruby Carbuncle, but you could also use Walls of Imperial Tomb to shuffle back maybe things you need to stay in the deck for things to be live, like maybe a Punk monster, maybe Fateful Adventure, maybe like you want to shuffle back Shade Brigandine or a Fogblade so that Rusty Bardiche can be live because you already burned through all your Phantom Knights traps. Now, it's just genuinely, in my experience playing it, I really like this package because it gives you good card advantage, and while Ruby Carbuncle is a brick you could use as level 3, but another thing that I wanted to point out as well is that while we do run this at 1, Rainbow Bridge of Salvation is actually pretty good to draw sometimes, because almost every single card in our engine, albeit Phantom Knights, Adventure, and Horus, require discards. So even if you have access to Insetti already, or you are going 2 level 3s and going for the Adventure package, you can easily discard Rainbow Bridge in order to get more card advantage, and if you don't need access to the Horus cards, then Ruby Carbuncle and Walls of Imperial Tomb can just be discard fodder for you to keep your engine going. So I think it's really good personally. In my personal testing of it, I think it's great in a 60 card pile PK specifically. But yeah. Anyways, guys, this is my little video explaining how my Phantom Knight 60 card PK pile works. This is just my mindset for it, my take on it. Now, you guys know that I did see myself as a competitive player in the past, and I played at a bunch of different regionals. I was able to top 1. I'm not as competitive as others, but I do love playing Phantom Knights, and I play this deck every day. It's still my go-to deck whenever I go to locals and regionals. I feel like I know the deck inside and out. I do play it differently from other PK players, but I'm going to be making more videos soon on the Phantom Knight deck and just other Yu-Gi-Oh stuff in general. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Have a nice day.